Hi, I'm Lanis Lanker, Foundation Chair in District 6510, and this training session will concentrate on district grant applications for clubs that want to do a multi-club project. In District 6510, we have a soft cap of up to $2,000 per club on district grant applications. And I stress per club there because if two clubs want to work on a project together, each of them can qualify for $2,000. So it could be a $4,000 project plus $1,000 from each club to make it a $6,000 project. And that will scale up to a 3-club project and so on. There are some key features that we're going to go through in this session, and it will really concentrate on DAC-DB itself. But right now, before that we get to that point, the clubs involved in this project need to decide which club is going to be the lead club, because that club will be the one that does the startup of the DAC-DB application itself. Beyond that, all participating clubs must have a minimum of 2, we recommend 3, grant certified members, and this is part of that grant certification process. Once that grant application is started and saved and on file, the other grant certified participants may participate in uploading documents or pictures as this grant progresses. I've highlighted several keys to success for multi-club projects as I've seen them evolve over the past couple of years. I just talked about the lead club. Who's going to be responsible for starting that application process on DAC-DB? That will be the lead club. Who specifically is responsible for ordering and buying all of the materials that you may need in this project? Who are you going to decide is responsible for scheduling any work days necessary for the project? And keep in mind that we have a calendar that starts on July 1, and typically projects need to be done in late January so that you have time to fill out the final reports. Who's responsible for storing all of those bills, receipts, copies of the checks that you write on their hard drive? You need them on a hard drive so that you can upload them to DAC-DB later. Who's responsible for the upload on all of those documents? Hopefully it's the same person that stored them on the hard drive. Who's responsible for signing the application? And the open-ended answer there is all of the clubs involved have to have 2 signatures. Who's responsible for signing the final report? Same answer. All clubs must sign off on the final report and approve it. All right, with that under control, I'm going to put this away and we're going to go to DAC-DB. This is the home screen on DAC-DB. I've already logged in. And since I'm a member of the Lebanon Club, DAC-DB knows that. That will be helpful. As described in session 2, there are some files, documents that you probably want to have under control during the month of March as you plan for this grant application. Remember, the window of opportunity for actually filing the grant application doesn't open until April 1, and it's open from April 1 through April 15. So I'm going to kind of skip that part of it right now. You can review that back in the session 2 videos. I'm going to go directly to grants. And I notice right away that this thing comes up with year 1718, and I want to move to the year for the grant. So I'm going to click over on the far right side to change org year. I'm going to click the pull down and I'm going to switch to 1819 in this case, or future year, the next year. Change org year. And I'm going to click on club grants on the far left panel, club grants. In this particular test environment, you can see that there have been some Lebanon Club tests before, but these were all single elements, except St. Clair County East included Lebanon on a potential grant for test purposes. We're going to start fresh, and I'm going to go to the far right upper corner here the golden button that says New Club Grant Request. Click here. Click. Project name for training purposes, I'm going to give it a name that I know is going to be training and test. Lebanon, Mascuda, training. I probably can put spaces in it as far as the name is concerned. Application. Leave the deleted at no. Project number will be filled in automatically as we go along the process. It's for 1819, that's right. City. The project is going to be in Lebanon. That is in Illinois. This is country, not county. USA. Target completion date. Well, I'll give us the maximum amount of time. I'm going to move ahead to January. And I'm going to say January 31st. And this will be about promoting peace. These are the 6 areas of focus for Rotary International. Instead of doing copy and paste, which I teach you about in session 2, I'm just going to start filling in very short answers. This will update. Playground. Equipment. In Lebanon City Park. At the bottom, yes, we're at the bottom of the screen, so I can move over here and I can save it. All right, that puts me inside the grant application process. Clubs involved, contacts, application budget. I can tell you right now that clubs involved will have to be updated for multi-clubs. Contacts will have to list contacts from all clubs involved, and the budget will also have to be updated so that all clubs are involved. So we're going to take those 3 for our training purposes. Click on clubs involved right here, and it already knows Lebanon should be the lead club because I'm doing the application, but I'm going to scroll down this district list to Mascuda. I'm going to highlight Mascuda and I'm going to push the right arrows to move them over into the clubs involved. And that takes care of the bottom of this screen, so I'm going to save it again. It tells me I can collect grant signatures, but it's way too soon to do that. So clubs involved are now updated to be the 2 of us. I'm going to go to contacts. And right now, it is only showing, no, that's not true. It's got an alphabetical list mixed of both the Lebanon and Mascuda members. So we need to pick out, well, I know that Lanis Lanker from Lebanon would be grant certified. I know that I want to look through here. Holly Midget is grant certified from Mascuda. And let's see who else. Find somebody else from Mascuda. And I'm going to pick Waylon Middendorf. So now we have signatories, basically contact people, 2 from Lebanon, 2 from Mascuda. If you have a 3rd member that's grant certified, they should all be listed. All of your grant certified should be listed in this list. Am I at the bottom of the page? Yes, I am, so I can hit save. Now, somewhere along this process, those 4 individuals are going to get an email from DACDB, an automated email, about the start of a grant application. Later on, when it's time to click Club Collect Grant Signatures, they'll get another automated email that will tell them it's time to go online, log in, and sign it. All right, so we got the clubs involved done, 2 clubs. We've got contacts, 2 from each club. Application is no different. Fill in all the blanks all the way down. This is the one that has the heavy-duty answers, and you have to click off down at the bottom here to affirm that you're going to follow the Memorandum of Understanding rules and guidelines from both RI and from District 6510. And then here's what's new in the budget section. Again, the budget is totally empty. On the income side, we're going to have a bare minimum of 3 income sources this time instead of just 2. One of those income sources has to be DDF, District Designated Funds, which is actually the grant certified, and I recommend to everybody that you do that one first. Click the button that says Add Income Source. I usually just call it District Grant. And the amount, let's see, this is now going to be a $6,000 project. So I'm going to say that the Lebanon Club, as the lead club, is going to get the grant check for $4,000, and it's going to be the DDF request. So I'm going to add that. There it is. Then I'm going to go back in and add another one. This will also be the Lebanon Club, and it will be local club funds. This time I think I better be specific. Local Lebanon Club funds. And I'm going to say they're responsible for $1,000, and that should be club funding. Add. And then I need to do that again, add income source, and this time it's local Lebanon, or local Mascoutah, sorry. Local club funds. And the pull down here gives me a chance to switch to the Mascoutah Club, and that's a key step. That's new. We didn't have to do that in the other ones. This should be another 1,000, and it should also be club funding. And there we have a grand total of $6,000 of income. Now, this does also mean, for future reference, that we expect the Lebanon Club will receive the $4,000, and ultimately the Lebanon Club, out of its own treasury, is going to spend $5,000, the DDF money plus their own treasury money. And along the way, somewhere, somebody's going to have to decide which $1,000 the Mascoutah Club is going to spend, which supplies, how are they going to spend their $1,000? All right, income is done. We're ready for expenses. In most cases, it's more than a single line because we may have to buy equipment. We may have to pay for labor. Let's just make this one playground equipment. The Lebanon Club is going to pay for the majority of that. It's going to be a total of $4,800. This is a budget. It may not be the perfect number, but it's a nice round number to work with. And then we'll say installation labor is going to come from, pull down the Mascoutah Club, and that's going to be their $1,000. Add. And then we are still not balanced. We still have a $200 outstanding balance, and that's going to be for miscellaneous supplies. We're just going to use that round term. And that should come from Lebanon to bring them up to their $5,000, $200 there. And add that. And now we see 6,000 in income, 6,000 in expenditures, balanced budget, zero at the bottom line. Scroll down. Is there anything else we need to do? No, there's the very bottom of the screen, so I am ready to save that. So we have made changes in the clubs involved. We have made changes in the contact. Remember that you have a pull down to allow some of the work to be done by the other participating club or clubs. The application fill in the blanks will be the same as they always have been for even single club projects. The budget is now a multi-club budget, so we make sure that we handle all of the income from both clubs or 3 clubs or however many, and that we share out the expenses in a similar kind of fashion. Document section will be the same as it was before. You need letters of cooperation. In this case, you probably need letters of cooperation between the 2 Rotary clubs, and you also need a letter of cooperation. For this particular example, it was the Lebanon City Park District, so I assume that they have either a director or a board of directors, so they need to write their letter of cooperation giving you permission to work in their on this playground, and scan those on somebody's hard drive, upload them. Here's the upload file button, and there you go. Get them in there as PDFs. And once you do that, you save it again, and basically you are now ready for club to collect grant signatures. As soon as you click that, those emails will go out to 4 individuals. They will, and by the way, as soon as you click that, a new button will show up out here to actually sign it. And that's what the 4 individuals need to click on when they log in and get into the grant itself. And the way that's going to happen would be when they log into DACDB and they go to their home screen, like that, they're going to have to move over to the Grants tab, click. They're going to have to change year to the next year and click to change the org year. Then they're going to have to click Club Grants. They're going to have to find their multi-club and click the pencil. So they get inside the grant. All 4 of those individuals should probably look through these answers to make sure that they didn't leave any answers out, by the way. Make sure everything is answered correctly. Make sure that the contact list is up to date with all of the grant certified individuals. Make sure that all of the blanks are filled in here. Remember, start date has to be July 1 or later. Anything that you do before July 1 is disallowed. Fill in a name and address if we need to send paper documentation or actually send the grant check to someone or to the club USPS if they have one. These blanks need to be filled in. You can do that by copy and paste or direct. Here's the one that people miss a lot. Don't forget to fill this in. Project involves a cooperating organization. Who's cooperating with you and who's the recipient? Those should be listed. Yes, I understand and accept the terms and move on. And then check the budget. Make sure that the dollar numbers are balanced. Check to see if the letters of cooperation are in place, and then there will be a button over here that says sign it, and a little pop-up screen will show up with a button on it to say basically sign it, and it's an electronic signature. After the 4th person, or the last person, let me reword that. After the last person clicks that signature, a new button will pop up here in the upper corner, and it says Submit to District. And that is the last step. At that moment, I will get an email that tells me to go look at the grant. So there you have a brief summary of what's new if you want to do a multi-club district project.